Gather round, children, because your Uncle Don has another heartwarming Christmas story for you this year. This particular story is about Tim. Not Tiny Tim, because this Tim could be tinier, but it always eats too much at the Chinese buffet. No. In this story, it was a cold Friday in December when Uncle Don's co-worker Tim arrived at work and proclaimed it was going to be an awesome day. Uncle Don and Aaron, the guy with the big red beard who shared the office with Don and Tim, him and I listened intently as Tim explained. You see, last Christmas, Tim's newlywed wife went out and bought way too much stuff at Christmas time. She done rung up so many expenses on their credit card, they were still paying it off in June, children, in June. But that was not going to happen this year, because Tim and his wife had discussed what they were going to buy, where she was going to buy it, and how much she was going to spend. His woman was on a tight budget, children. Very tight Christmas budget. And Tim was excited because his wife had taken the day off from work to go Christmas shopping and carry out this very carefully developed plan. Tim beamed with pride, with manly pride, his chest puffed out as he explained how he had gotten his woman under control. Now, in the olden days, children, we probably would have never heard anything about this again. But now we live in the digital age, and in the era of too much information. So a little bit past 10 a.m., the productivity and peacefulness of the work environment was shattered. Why did she buy that stuff at Macy's? She was supposed to go to Target. The stuff is way cheaper at Target, exclaimed Tim. I looked over to see Tim clutching his smartphone. In both hands, he was grabbing it so tightly his forearms bulged. His jaw was clenched. His eyes wide, staring at the screen in disbelief. That's right, children. Tim had decided to track his wife's purchases in real time on the internet. Smart guy, that Tim. She probably went to Macy's because that's where her mother likes to shop, Tim speculated. She's shopping with her mother? Asked Aaron. Yes, said Tim. She likes to go shopping with her mother at Christmas time. Aaron and I then exchanged raised eyebrows, worried looks. We knew Tim had a problem. Them women was shopping in packs, and nothing good ever comes of that, children. The one woman will see something and inquire, do you think I should buy this? And the answer from the other woman, no matter what it is, no matter what it costs, no matter how bad a purchasing choice it may be, and damn any credit limits, will always be, of course you should buy it. Why not? Now, a guy would look at the very same situation and realize that if you ever have to ask that question, then the answer is no. We can't afford it. Of course, men always make poor decisions, also make poor decisions when roaming in packs. Many a call from the police station has started off with, honey, the guys thought it would be a good idea to stop at the strip club on the way back. But an hour later, Aaron and I were once again startled by, she really overspent at that store. Why? Why did she buy that? What did she buy that could possibly cost that much? What? Maybe she bought your gift there. You wouldn't want to question that, would you, Tim? You would look like such a jerk, asked Aaron. Well, you might be right, but she is spending too much, said Tim as he walked out of the office. Of course, as soon as he was gone, Aaron and I broke out in hearty laughter over this situation. Now I know this constitutes laughing behind your children or behind your friend's back, which isn't nice at Christmas time. I know that. However, the alternative would be to laugh in his face. And of course, this laughing was Aaron's fault, because your Uncle Don is a rather serious sort who rarely laughs at anything. But then, sometime around 12:30, there was some very encouraging news. Hey, they finished shopping and stopped for lunch on their way home, and she's under budget, proclaimed Tim enthusiastically. But they did spend a lot on lunch, though. Lunch counts against the budget? Asked Aaron. It does if she puts it on her credit card, said Tim sternly. But Tim's optimism was soon shattered by the next startling revelation. Wait a minute. They're not at the Applebee's near her mom's house. They're at the one on Monroe, said Tim. Isn't that the one by the new mega strip mall? Asked Aaron. Oh, no, children! Silence and dread then filled the office. Them women folk were not retiring. They was reloading. We then went out for lunch, and unfortunately Tim didn't check his credit statement at the restaurant, allowing us to enjoy the meal, eating in peace and tranquility. We returned to the office and started back to work vigorously, as we always did on a Friday afternoon. Trust me. But that highly productive work environment was regrettably disrupted again. It was exactly 1:52. Honestly, I did check my watch, when poor Tim literally threw his head on the desk and pounded his fists. She's over. She went over, Tim cried in anguish. It's over. It's over. Aaron and I exchanged a look of despair. We were morose, children. Morose, I tell you. There's no laughter when a man is defeated so decisively by his woman. Only gloom and misery. Of course, there was no consoling either, because guys just don't do that type of thing. This is one of those instances that is so shameful, so devastating, it should remain a secret forever. It should never be spoken of again, and under no circumstances should somebody tell the story and post it on YouTube. Only the most despicable cad would ever do that. Well, Tim may have thought this was over, but unfortunately Tim's wife surely didn't consider it finished. Heck, it was only 2 o'clock. Plenty of time for more shopping, and that temptation of that big new strip mall was too much to resist. She made at least 2 more significant purchases because work was interrupted 2 more times that afternoon by loud, mournful, painful sighs. Each time I looked over to see Tim glaring into that smartphone, shaking his head. The last time, I think I may have heard Tim's credit card let out a yelp from his back pocket. It was either that or the burrito he had for lunch, children. So, children, Tim's attempt at restraining his wife's Christmas spending failed miserably. His Christmas budget lay dead under his Christmas tree. But Christmas is not about all stupid budgets, children. It's about spending enormous amounts of money on stuff nobody needs because all those commercials and advertisements tell us we have to. And it's about overcoming obstacles to reach our full potential and test our limits. Our credit limits, that is. It's about love, children. our exorbitant love of shopping. So you see, children, it was Tim's wife who understood the true meaning of Christmas, and not that fool Tim. Maybe someday he will learn, children. Maybe someday he will learn. Here's wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas, and screw that Happy Holidays crap. Oh, and by the way, my book, Just Make Me a Sandwich, is available at donake.net. Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.